React components with a closer view. So this is what we can see on a very high level about what is a React component. So a React component forms a part of the user's interface. So we know that with the help of React components we can create the user interface. So it can form, so many React components can form a big website or an application, or in a big existing application we can create React components and can use it wherever we want. So components are reusable and can be nested inside other components. So let's look at this example. We have this application which has a header component and a footer component, and then it also has a card component, and that same card component is repeated 3 times. So what we are seeing that all these components are inside a big component called app component. So app component is the one which gets rendered inside the index.html div element with ID root. So this is what it means. Components are reusable, like this card component is getting reused and can be nested inside other components, and all components are nested inside the app component. So these components, when you reuse them, you can supply them with different data and it's going to output different style or different data, and they can be repeated or reused as many number of times as we want. Let's look at what are the different types of components. So in React we have 2 types of component. One is stateless functional components, components, and these are nothing but just JavaScript functions, and inside that function you basically return JSX code, which is HTML inside JavaScript. So this is stateless. Similarly, we have stateful class components, and these are nothing but classes in JavaScript. You can create classes in JavaScript using ES6. So class welcome extends React.component. So it should extend this React.component, and then there's a small difference here. In the functional component you just return the JSX, but in the class component you also have a render function. Inside the render function you return the JSX. So that's the only difference. So stateless functional components and stateful class component. So these are the 2 types of components we have in React. So a functional component works like this. This is the component with a JavaScript function. You just pass some properties, and that property can have, let's say, this value. What should be the output? Web, app, or SEO. So if you pass the value as web, then this functional component is going to give you HTML with the text of web. If you call the same functional component with the property value of app, and then it's going to output app. So the same functional component can be reused as many times as we want. Similarly, the stateful or the class component can be also reused as many times as we want. So let's look at how we can create these kind of components in our next video.